Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my Game Week 15 League 1 score predictions. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well. If you are new, can we try and hit 120 likes on today's video? And don't forget to get your thoughts in down in the comment section down below. Let me know down below how you think your team will get on over this weekend. We'll start out firstly then with tonight's clash between Reading FC and Stevenage FC. Now, if this was the other way around and it was at Stevenage, I feel like it would be a pretty straightforward win for Alex Ravel's side, but obviously Reading's, I think, their first league game under the management of Liam Richardson, so I'm looking forward to seeing how they get on under him. I think they'll certainly start improving now that Noel Hunt has obviously left the club. But with Reading being the home side, I know they're just outside of the relegation zone at this moment in time. They're sat down in 20th. Stevenage are up in 4th, but recently have been on a bit of a wobble, just 1 point picked up from their last 6 points available. They've got a couple of games in hand on a few of the other teams around them as well. They win both of them, they do go top of the league. But for this game, I think they might struggle a little bit. I think Jack Marriott's good for a goal as well. Hopefully he's back available for the Royals. So I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw in that one. With it being on a Thursday night as well, I think Stevenage might struggle in that one. Into the Saturday early kickoffs then. Firstly, we go to Northampton Town versus Mansfield Town. The Cobblers recently have been on a bit of a wobble, just 4 points picked up from their last 15 points available, and they have slowly slid down the table down into 16th, but I still think that would be a decent finish for them. Mansfield recently have been on a very good run of form. They're up into 8th at this moment in time, just 3 points off of the playoffs. They're a very streaky side, and Mansfield recently, though, they're on a very good run of form. They've gone win, draw, win, draw, win, draw, win in their last 5 matches. Hopefully that was 5. I think I might have counted to 7, but they're not losing at this moment in time, which is a positive thing. I think that will continue for both of these sides in this one. I think, again, similar to the Reading and Stevenage game, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. The other Saturday early kickoff sees Wycombe Wanderers host Leyton Orient. Obviously, both of these sides are in similar positions in the table. Wycombe currently in at 17th, but recently have been on a very good run of form since Michael Duff has come into the club. It's 2 wins, 2 draws and 1 defeat in their last 5 matches, whereas Leyton Orient, it's 2 wins and 3 defeats in their last 5. So both these sides are on similar runs of form recently. Obviously, Orient have got 2 wins in their last 3 as well, but I think with Wycombe being the home side in this one there, momentum is going to continue, and I'm going to back them for a 2-1 home win. Into the Saturday 3 o'clock kickoffs then. Firstly, we have Blackpool FC versus Cardiff City. Obviously, Blackpool sitting second bottom at this moment in time, but they did win their first game under Ian Evatt, going away to Peterborough and picking up a 2-1 victory. Cardiff obviously currently sat 3rd in the table. If they win their game in hand and Stevenage don't win both of theirs, they could go top of the league once again. Cardiff on the road so far this season have been pretty solid with 3 wins, 2 draws and just the 1 defeat. They've only conceded 2 goals on the road so far this campaign, but I feel like with Ian Evatt's style of play, it being their first game under a new manager at home, they want to impress in front of their fans. So I think, again, in that one I might go with another 1-1 draw. Bolton Wanderers versus Port Vale for me will be a pretty straightforward win for Bolton. They've won 3 of their last 4 matches and recently have gone on a very good run of form. They're still only 5 points off top of the table. Yes, a couple of teams around them do have 1 or 2 games in hand. Compared though to Port Vale, recently they've been on a very bad run of form. In their last 4 matches, it's 2 defeats and 2 draws. They're currently occupying that final relegation spot at this moment in time, and things are not really looking good for Darren Moore's side. They're amongst one of the lowest scorers in the entire division as well. Going away to Bolton is an incredibly tough place to go, and I think it'll be a pretty comfortable 2-0 home win for the Trotters. I'm going to go Trotters. My team Bradford City host Burton Albion as we look to get back to winning ways. It's been a lot of draws recently for us, despite us still currently sitting second in the table. We've only lost 1 game in the league so far this campaign. We'll be looking to bounce back, and now recently we've got a few of our more important players back from injury. Recently we've gone games where we're having 8 or 9 first team players out injured, and the majority of them were starters, but it seems like we're starting to get a lot of those back as well. In terms of Burton, recently they've been on a solid run of form. They've picked up 8 points from their last 5 matches and have climbed out of the relegation zone, and they have beaten some big sides so far this campaign, going away to the likes of Cardiff and Wimbledon and winning, beating Bolton at home as well. You know, this is going to be no easy challenge, especially when we're coming up against former manager Gary Bowyer as well. But I think with us having people like Patterson, Sarcevic, Poynton all back available from injury, I do back Bradford City for a 2-0 home win. Doncaster Rovers versus Barnsley FC. 2 of these sides have been on a really poor run of form recently. Obviously, Doncaster currently sitting 13th in the table and only picked up 2 points from their last 5 matches. They still haven't won it in the league since beating Bradford City in their Cup final. It's brilliant that I'm still able to mention that 2 months on from that game. In terms of Barnsley, they're also 5 games without a win and only just got past York City in the FA Cup as well. I think this one will be quite high scoring. Both of these teams have got decent attackers, but defensively do look a little bit frail as well. So I'm going to back Barnsley in that one for a 3-2 away win. Exeter City versus Wigan Athletic. I don't think it'll be a pretty one for the neutral. In terms of Exeter, they've picked up 7 points from their last 4 matches. In terms of Wigan, they've picked up 5 points from their last 4 matches as well. So both of these sides are not on a great run of form, but certainly not on a bad run of form either. Wigan away from home so far this campaign have been pretty poor on the road, and these are the type of games where Exeter need to be picking up all 3 points if they want to survive this campaign. So I'm going to back the Grecians for a 1-0 home win. Huddersfield Town versus Plymouth Argyle in what is comfortably the biggest El Sacchio in this division, or Sacchio, what would you say it is? Let me know your thoughts down below. Obviously, Lee Grant against Tom Cleverley, 2 former Manchester United first team players, I believe. Obviously, Huddersfield, 3 straight defeats on the bounce in the league for them, and they currently sit 6 points outside of the playoff places. Despite all the money they've spent, they still can't even. If you are a Huddersfield fan, you're looking up in a table, you've got a long way to look before you see Bradford City. In terms of Plymouth, they're currently sat 3rd bottom at this moment in time. They equally have lost their last 3 league matches, and a lot of their fans are starting to turn on the manager at both of these football clubs. But I do think Huddersfield, with them being the home side, I am more confident in them winning. I think they've got the individual quality to go out and win their games. It was great to see Dion Charles get his first couple of goals for the club as well. From a Dion Charles standpoint, that is, not from a Huddersfield Town standpoint. I wish he scored 7 own goals from a Huddersfield point of view. But in terms of Huddersfield, I'm going to back them for all 3 points in this one. I'm going to go with a 2-1 home win, and hopefully they keep Lee Grant around for another 3 months or so, because he's doing a great job there, I think. Peterborough United versus AFC Wimbledon. Now, obviously, Luke Williams got off to a great start as Peterborough boss, beating Cardiff City in the FA Cup, but the league is a completely different thing. Yes, they're the home side, but they are comfortably the worst home team in the division so far this campaign. Wimbledon are we looking to put right their wrongs from their defeat recently at home to Burton. I think with the way Wimbledon play, they're going to bully Peterborough. You know, Peterborough are a very weak side, very young team, and I do think they are going to get bullied by Wimbledon. I think Wimbledon will come away from this game with a 1-0 win, and Luke Williams is going to get a real welcome to League One football. Rotherham United versus Lincoln City is up next, and recently both of these sides have been on a little bit of a contrasting run of form. It's just 1 win in the last 4 matches for Lincoln City, whereas Rotherham are 5 games unbeaten. They've picked up 11 points in at that time as well on Tuesday, obviously getting a last-minute equaliser at home to Burton. But you look at some of the teams that Rotherham have played in that time. They were obviously 2-0 up against Bradford and bottled it. They beat Northampton, they beat Leyton Orient, they beat Barnsley, and obviously recently did draw with Burton. You know, it's not like they've played Stockport and Cardiff and Stevenage. Now they're playing against the proper side in Lincoln City. I think Lincoln will be wanting to go back on a good run of form after their recent bit of a wobble. Just 4 points picked up out of their last 12 available. So I'm going to back Lincoln in this one for a 2-0 away win. And finally then we go to Stockport County versus Luton Town. Obviously Stockport currently sat top of the League One table at this moment in time. 4 straight league wins on the bounce for them. 22 goals scored, 8 wins from their opening at 14 matches after going on a little bit of a wobble at the start of the campaign. But I backed Stockport to win the title from the start of the campaign. I still back them now. They've got a very good manager, they've got a brilliant squad, loads of quality in there, and they're still missing players like Lewis Bay and a few others as well. To say the injuries they've got, obviously they've spent big money out of Stockport, but they've got a very, very good squad. In terms of Luton Town, they're currently sat 10th in the table, 6 points off of the playoffs, but they do have a game in hand. There's not been loads of goals in their matches so far, but I guess they do have a game in hand on a lot of teams around them. In terms of Jack Wilshere's start to life at Luton, it's a defeat and a win for him, but going away to Stockport is one of the hardest fixtures in this division. Obviously my team, Bradford City, only team to pick up all 3 points away at Stockport so far this campaign, but I think Stockport will just about get through in this game. They've got a lot of quality going forward. So do Luton though, to be fair. It's about whether it will click, but I think Challoner, much more of an experienced manager than Jack Wilshere, so I'm going to back the home side for a 2-1 win in that one. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there then for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well. If you are new, can we try and hit 120 likes as I mentioned at the start of today's video? And don't forget to get your thoughts in down in the comment section down below. How do you think your team will get on over this game week 15 weekend? Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and let's go very soon for another one.